Hello, it's Edith Silent Silverwolf of Love and Above, and today is all about Therapy Thursday. And today I'm going to go back to a therapy that I offer called phytotherapy. Now, phytotherapy, you may not recognize it in that term because it's also known as master herbalism. And herbs is something that I have learned, it has fascinated me throughout my entire life. And my motivation for learning it was that I was on immunosuppressants for a number of years for an autoimmune illness. And I just couldn't believe that the the doctors and consultants that I was seeing, including a couple of specialists as well, because the illness or the symptoms I was suffering from were of quite a rare illness. And they gave me these immunosuppressants, and then I had to take other tablets to combat the side effects of these immunosuppressants. And everywhere you looked on the packaging as well, it said don't handle the tablets for long because it will give you necrosis of the skin. And I'm like, what on earth? These tablets were supposed to help me get better. Every warning on it was saying it will kill you. So what I did was I decided at that point I needed to study herbalism. I needed a different way forward because I just could not accept that I was getting iller because of these tablets as well. At least once a month I was phoning up an emergency telephone number to say I've got an infection, except it has started this morning and now I'm in so much pain, it is ridiculous. And it seemed to be that the magic words were, they said you'll get a phone call back within an hour, and I'll just be like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm on this immunosuppressant, and they said, well, we'll give you a call back within the hour. Call back was always within 5 minutes. Longest I waited was 7. um, and then it was always, can you make it to this hospital? Bear in mind, there's no in the town that I live in, there's no sort of A&E department, and so I was always told, could you go to this other town, to A&E department at this time? And I was like, yes, of course I can. Then I would shout my husband's name and see if we could make a 25-minute trip in 30 minutes so that I could go see somebody. It was always, you'll get an appointment within 3 hours. My appointment was always within the hour because I found out later that the words immunosuppressants terrify doctors. So I was always, once a month I was in a hospital, particularly at unsociable hours, whether it was in the middle of the night or at a weekend. And it really was ridiculous. I was getting worse and worse with everything else. I would pick up absolutely everything, and I couldn't accept that. Well, it wasn't that I couldn't accept, I would not accept that I was an ill person. So I decided to study herbalism, um, purely so that I could get well for myself. I wanted to know the ins and outs. Now, when I say that I studied herbalism, we did all about the biology of plants, which might not seem so bad. Also about the chemistry of plants, and that was huge. It got to a point where I thought, I'm near about my limit of the understanding of chemistry. If we have to go any deeper, I'm going to struggle so much. And luckily, we didn't go any deeper than we did. Um, it was absolutely fascinating studying the entire thing, and because of that learning that I've got, this phytotherapy, I now am off immunosuppressants. I do not recommend this for everybody. I do not recommend that you just come off of immunosuppressants. I didn't. It was a tapered down. It was a discussion between my consultant and myself about how we were going to do this. I tapered down over a number of months. Um, there was I had to go and see the specialist even more and more because of that, because it was I was just very there was the whole knock-on effect of what happens if I start to get very ill again, naturally because of my immune system. And I'm very happy to tell you that I'm off immunosuppressants today. I've never had to go back on them. And I really just love that freedom of not needing to phone up someone at a weekend and say, I'm so ill, and by the way, I'm on immunosuppressants. It's, because the knock on effect was quite serious. I had a throat infection once that nearly killed me. I was I was hospitalised with it for a week. It was really, I wasn't in a great place. And so this is the power of plants. This is the power of herbs. All medicine, that modern medicine that GPs and specialists prescribe, are all plant based. And this is what I've studied to be able to get myself off of immunosuppressants. And if you would like to have a story similar to this, please get in touch and we can discuss what's going on for you, and we can discuss what sort of herbs would be best for you to be able to carry on your wellness journey. If you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe to my channel, and if not, keep rocking your awesomeness.